Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will learn all the different forms of partial fraction. So first we will learn about the partial fraction with linear form. So let's see exactly how your questions will be given from here. So in exam, it will be written like this: express 2x minus 13 divided by 2x plus 1 into x minus 3 in partial fraction. Okay, that will be the question. Now, whenever you have this question, before you start, you need to check two things. Okay, you need to check two things. Number one, check. So first you start, before you start, check what? Proper or improper. So in our case, look at this one. The maximum power of x for numerator is 1. The maximum power of x in denominator is 2. So what happened? This is proper fraction. So this is 1 by 2, which is proper fraction. You do not need to write anything here. You just need to identify. I am writing just to show you. Okay? You do not need to do anything. Just look at the question, look at the function and just identify. Is it proper or improper? That's it. Okay. Next one. Next thing is it linear or is it quadratic or repeated? So the number 2, check linear or repeated or quadratic. So how to check that? Look at the denominator value. Look at your denominator value, and in denominator you can see within the bracket the power of x is 1. Within the bracket the power of x is 1. That means this is linear form. So it is in linear form. So this 2 check complete. Now based on this 2 check, we can write our formula, and we can write like this. We can write 2x minus 13 divided by 2x plus 1 x minus 3, and in linear case our formula will be a by 2x plus 1 plus b by x minus 3. So this is the first step. Okay, very important thing is you cannot change these terms. Okay, you cannot change the right terms to the left or the left terms to the right. Just keep it like that. Now the second step is just you can solve like this. So we have 2x minus 13 divided by 2x plus 1 x minus 3. Put the identical sign. Here you have in your denominator your factors. The common factor is 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. And then we can write, if we add these two partial fractions, we can write a into x minus 3 plus b into 2x plus 1. Remember, every steps you have to show in your exam paper, okay, to get all the marks. Now, these factors from both sides, the denominator from here and the denominator here is same. So we can remove them from both sides, and we can write 2x minus 13 is identical to a into x minus 3 plus b into 2x plus 1. So this is our main equation. We can write this is our equation number 1. Okay, this is the main equation. So this is the main equation. Okay, very simple. Just write the formula. First check the proper and improper. Then check the form, linear, repeated or quadratic. and then based on that you write your formula, and from the formula you just on the right side you can, you know how to do that, addition of the uh, fractions. You do that one and bring it like this. Now the next step, the second step. In second step, actually our target is to find, we want to find a and b. That is our target, okay? This is our target. So how to get that one? How to find this a and b? To find a and b, we can do like this. I mean, take one by one factor. So I want to find the value of a. So what I'm going to do is I want to take this factor within the b and make it 0. Okay? So I can write like 2x plus 1 equals to 0. Or from here we can write 2x equals to minus 1, or we can write x equals to minus 1 by 2. Okay? So this x equals to minus 1 by 2, I can put this whole x value in our main equation number 1. So what we can get from here is, if you put this x value here, we can get 2 into minus half minus 13 equals to, now you can put equals value, a into minus half minus 3 plus b times, because 2x plus 1 is 0, so b times 0. So from here what we can find is, if you calculate this one, we can get minus 1 minus 13 equals to, this one will be minus half minus 3 is minus 7 by 2a. Alright, minus 7 by 2a, or we can easily write this one is minus 14 equals to minus 7 by 2a, or from here we can write a equals to 14 times 2 is 28 by 7, or we can write a equals to 4. So our value a equals to 4 we get here. Now we need to find out what is the value of b. So if you want to find out the value of b, what we can do here? We can just, this factor within the main equation, the factor within the x, we can we can take this value as, we can take this value of a is 0. So we can write the factor within the x. We can write this factor, that is x minus 3 is 0, or x equals to 3, right? And similarly, we can just put this x value again in this main equation. So what we can get here is 2 into 3 minus 13 equals to, now not identical sign, now equals to a into 0, x minus 3 equals to 0, plus b into, we have 2 times 3 plus 1. So from here we can write 6 minus 13 equals to, a is 0 and b is 6 plus 1, 7b. Alright, so from here we can write minus 7 equals to 7b, or we can write b equals to minus 1. So that is our target, find a and b, and we got it. So our final, or the final figure of this, our partial fraction, and in this case we can write the final one is 2x minus 13 divided by 2x plus 1 and then x minus 3 equals to, now we can write identical sign again. This is identical to, what is our a value? 4. So that is 4 by 2x plus 1 plus not plus, this is minus because b value is minus, so we can write minus, we have b is minus 1, so 1 by minus 1 by x minus 3. So that is our final value, that is our final value for this partial fraction. Okay, so I repeat the process once again. The important points here, the important points, I'm writing once again important points. Important points. Number 1, check proper or improper before you start your calculation. Number 2, check forms, whether it is linear or quadratic or repeated. Then according to that you write your formula and find A, B, C values. And how to do that? Just put 1 by 1 factor, put 1 by 1 factor 0. Put 1 by 1 factor 0. You will get your A, B, C values. I hope you understand this one. Now we can see the second type of partial fraction, that is with repeated factors. So let's take an example that how the repeated factors look like. So it will be express 1 minus 9x minus 8x square divided by x minus 2 and 2x plus 3 now whole square in partial fraction. Okay, so how do you do that? First check is it a proper fraction or improper fraction? So look at the maximum power of x. So maximum power of x in numerator here it is 2, and in denominator your maximum power of x, if you multiply this 2 it will be 3. Okay, so that means it is in 2 by 3 condition, so this is proper. So your first check finish. Now you have to do the second check, that is it a repeated factors, linear or quadratic factors. So how do you do that? Just look at the denominator, the factors of the denominator, and in the factor of the denominator one term is in whole square form, 2x plus 3 whole square. So this is definitely repeated factor. So now we have to apply the repeated factors formula. So let's start. 1 minus 9x minus 8x square divided by x minus 2, 2x plus 3 whole square, now identical to a by x minus 2 plus b by 2x plus 3 plus c by 2x plus 3 whole square. So the factor which is in whole square form you have to write 2 times. One is without whole square, another one is with whole square. Okay, now we can again write this one as 1 minus 9x minus 8x square divided by x minus 2 and 2x plus 3 whole square identical. Then you can put this one x minus 2, the common factors take. Now you can take the common factor, so x minus 2 and another common factor is 2x plus 3 whole square. Alright. So whenever you take the common factors, please remember the left side factors and the right side common factors must be the same, the denominator, because the next step we will remove this two part. Okay, so here do not do any mistake. Now we can write the upper part is a times 2x plus 3 whole square plus b times x minus 2 into 2x plus 3, and then plus c into x minus 2. Okay, and in the third step, we can remove the denominator from both sides because both are same denominator we have on the right and the left side. Both denominators same, so we can remove it. And finally, our equation will be 1 minus 9x minus 8x squared is identical to a times 2x plus 3 whole square plus b times x minus 2 into 2x plus 3 plus c into x minus 2. So that is our main equation number 1. So we can say that this is our main equation. All right. You do not need to put any circle or anything. I'm just showing you that this is the main equation. In the next part, we can take one by one factor at 0 and then we can put that x value, okay? Because our target to find out a, b and c. So first case, look at this one. If I take this factor like x minus 2 equals to 0, this one, then c will be 0, b will be 0, we can directly get the value of a. So here we can write x minus 2 equals to 0 or x equals to 2 and put this x value in our main equation. So what we can get from here is 1 minus 9 times 2 minus 8 2 square. Now you put equals a into 2 times 2 plus 3 whole square plus b times x minus 2, this whole term is 0, so b times 0 plus c times 0. So finally we can write that 1 minus 18 minus 32 equals to, here you have a, that is 4 plus 3 is 7 square, so it will be 49a. And then if you calculate on your left side, it will be 32 and 18 is 51, so it will be minus 49 equals to 49a, or we can write a equals to minus 1. So we got our a value. All right. So similarly, if we take another factor 2x plus 3, so now we can take another factor which is 2x plus 3 is 0, then our terms a, then we can, our terms of a and terms of b will be 0 and we can directly get the c value. So let's take this one. So we can write 2x plus 3 equals to 0, or here we can write 2x equals to minus 3, or we can write x equals to minus 3 by 2. And then this x value, x equals to minus 3 by 2, we can put in the main equation. So if we put it in the main equation, we can get 1 minus 9 into minus 3 by 2 minus 8 into minus 3 by 2 whole square equals to 2x plus 3 in a should be, because that is 0, so it will be a times 0 plus 2x plus 3 again in the b, so b will be again 0 plus c into, we can write minus 3 by 2 minus 2. So from here we can easily calculate that on the left we can get 1 plus 27 by 2, then we can get 9 by 4, so minus 72 by 4 equals to, a and b will be 0, so c should be minus 7 by 2. Okay, so from here on our left side, if you can calculate this one, it will be, in calculator, if you press this one, you can get it's minus 14 by 4. That equals to minus 7 by 2c. So finally your c value, so this one we can write that minus 7 by 2 equals to minus 7 by 2c. So your c should be 1. Alright, you can just calculate like this. Now listen carefully or take a note for your repeated case. In case of repeated, we have two values now, a and c, but how to find the b value? Because we had two factors only, okay, and we already used that two factors and put the values of 0. So we had only these two factors, where is x minus 2 is 0, okay, and also we have this another factor which is 2x plus 3 is 0. So we already used that one. Now to get the value of b, we need to take another thing or another value. So here you have to take a third value, okay. To get b value, okay, we need a new value of x. And what should be the value? That value should be 0. So x equals to 0. Remember, you have to take it, otherwise you cannot get the b value. And what should be the value? That value should be x equals to 0. And then you put that x equals to 0 value to the main equation. So this x equals to 0 value you now put in your main equation here. Okay, so if I put the x equals to 0 in the main equation, what I can write here is, I can write the main equation once again. What we have, 1 minus 9x minus 8x square. So our main equation was 1 minus 9x minus 8x square equals to, we had a into 2x plus 3 square plus b into x minus 2 into 2x plus 3 plus c into x minus 2. Now in this equation, we need to put the value of x equals to 0, okay. X equals to 0 value we are putting here for whole equation. So what happened here, we can get 9x and 8x square will be 0. On the left side you will have only 1. On the right you have a 0 plus 3 square plus b 0 minus 2 0 plus 3 plus c 0 minus 2. So from here we can write 1 equals to, this is 3 square, so 9a. Then we can write plus, it will not be plus because minus 2 and plus 3 will be minus, so it will be minus, we can write minus 6b, okay, and then minus 2, so it will be minus 2c. So now put your a and c value. If I put the a and c value, 1 equals to 9 into minus 1 is our a value, minus 6b, minus 2 into c value is 1. So here 1 equals to minus 9, and then you have minus 6b minus 2. So here you can get 9 and 2, 11. So if 11 comes to the left, we can get 6b equals to minus 12, or finally your b value should be minus 2. Alright, so this is our ABC value, and finally we can write our final answer, that our final answer is 1 minus 9x minus 8x square divided by x minus 2, 2x plus 3 whole square equals to, what is our a value is minus 1, or a value is minus 1, so we can write minus 1 by x minus 2. Then we have our b value, so we have b value is minus 2, so minus 2 by 2x plus 3, and then our c value is positive, so c is plus 1, we can write plus 1 by 2x plus 3 whole square. So that's the answer. It's a quite long process, or the long calculation, but the thing is, all the calculation for this type of partial fraction is same. You have to remember the steps, and if you just follow the steps, you will have no problem to solve it. Now we can see the third type of partial fraction, where this is called partial fraction with quadratic factor. So let's take an example. Express 8 plus 2x minus x square divided by x minus 1 and x square plus 2. Now inside the bracket there will be one quadratic terms, x square plus 2, in partial fraction. Alright, so you know the steps. The first thing is check the proper and improper. So here your maximum power of x in numerator is 2, and the maximum power of x in denominator, if you multiply these 2, will be 3. So this is 2 by 3, that means this is proper. So first check done. Second is your denominator. So look at the denominator, and your denominator, one term within the bracket is quadratic, that is x square plus 2. So this is a quadratic form. So we have to apply the quadratic form formula. So let's start. So what we have, we will start like this, that 8 plus 2x minus x square divided by x minus 1 and x square plus 2 identical to a by x minus 1 plus bx plus c by x square plus 2. Okay, now we can write 8 plus 2x minus x square divided by x minus 1 x square plus 2 identical, and then you can put the common factors, where is x minus 1 and x square plus 2. So here it will be a into x square plus 2 plus bx plus c into x minus 1. Now remove the equal denominator from both sides. It will be cancelled out. Okay, it will be cancelled out. So you do not need to remove them. You do not need to cut that one. Just I am showing you that the right and left is same. So you have to remove it. And then we can do it like 8 plus 2x minus x square is identical to a into x square plus 2 plus bx plus c into x minus 1. So this is our main equation. This is our main equation, and we can write this is our equation number 1. Now we can take one by one factor. So first, to find out your value of a, or we need to find out one by one factor. So let's take x minus 1 equals to 0. So if I take this x minus 1 equals to 0, so our right term bx plus c will be completely 0. So we can write it like that x minus 1 equals to 0, or here x equals to 1. So put the x equals to 1 in this equation. We can get 8 plus 2 into 1 minus 1 square equals to now a into 1 plus 2. 1 square is 1, so 1 plus 2 plus the right whole term, because x minus 1 is 0, so the whole term will be 0. So from here we can directly get our a value. So here you can see 8 plus 2, 10 minus 1 is 9 equals to, this is 2 plus 1, 3, so that is 3a, or we can write a equals to 3. So our first part of a, the first coefficient of a is 3. Now if we put, the problem is now it has bx plus c, and in quadratic case, now remember, okay, note, take a note. In case of quadratic, we need two new terms, okay. For quadratic, we need two new terms. Okay, two new terms of x. First term x equals to 0, and second term x equals to any value other than the values already used. Okay, so what does it mean? It means now we take x equals to 0. So if we have x equals to 0, and we can put this x equals to 0 value to the main equation, our equation will be 8, 2x and x square will be 0, equals to, again a terms will be 0, okay, x equals to 0. So we can write x equals to 0 is a times 0 plus 2, and x is 0, so bx will be 0, okay, plus c. So here we can write plus 0 plus c into 0 minus 1, okay, in your main equation. So here we can get 8 equals to 2a, and this is minus c, 2a minus c. Or from here we can directly get our c value, because a already we know. So we can write 8 equals to 2 times a value is 3 minus c. So from here we can get our c will be, c is 8 minus 6, so that will be minus 2. C will be minus 2. So we got these two values of a and c. Now question comes the third value. Now we can take our third value, and the third term. So third term means this one, x can be in any value. We need to check x in any value other than the value already we used. So what value we have used for x? We used 0, we have used x equals to 1, and yeah, that's 2. So we cannot use that one. Other than this, you can take any one. So for this case, let's take x equals to minus 1. And put this x value, x equals to minus 1, to the main equation. So if I put x equals to minus 1 in the main equation, we can get 8 plus 2 into minus 1 minus minus 1 squared equals to a minus 1 squared plus 2. Okay, then we can write plus b, x is minus 1, so we can write b times minus 1 plus c, and then we have x minus 1, so we can write minus 1 minus 1. So here if we calculate, we can get 8 plus minus 2, and here is minus 1, so 3. It will be 5 on your left, and on the right you can get 2 plus 1, that is 3a. Okay, and then you can get b, so here you have minus b plus c, and here you have minus 2, so you can write another line for this one, plus minus b plus c into minus 2. So here actually 5 equals to, we can write 3a, put the value of a, so 3 times 3 plus 2b, so that is 2b minus 2c, so minus 2 into c value already we know, which is minus 2. So if you calculate this one, we can get 5 equals to 9 plus 2b plus 4, and then this one will be 2b equals to, 2b should be minus 8, or finally we can write b equals to minus 4. Alright, so we got all this a, b, c value, and our final answer now. So our final answer will be, we can write 8 plus 2x minus x square divided by x minus 1 into x square plus 2, that should be identical to, a value was 3 by x minus 1 plus bx plus c, so b is minus 4, that will be minus 4x minus 2 divided by x square plus 2. Or finally we can modify this one to identical to 3 by x minus 1, and then we can write minus common, so minus 4x plus 2 divided by x square plus 2. So that is your answer. So whenever you solve this problem, you have to do all the steps I have done, and if you have done all these steps, you will get full 5 marks in your exam. Don't skip any step, or do not do any mistakes when calculation. Okay, check the factors properly and take the values. You have to remember that in case of quadratic, 2 new value of x you have to take. Okay, that is, one is x equals to 0, another one is any value of the x other than the value you have already used or you have already taken. Okay, so these few things if you remember, the problem is pretty simple, the steps are very simple. You have just remembered the steps and you can get your result for partial fraction. Now let's see, if we have improper fraction, then how do you solve this problem? So improper fraction means your power of x in numerator, the numerator power of x will be higher or equal than the denominator power of x. So we need to check it, okay, before we start the problem. So for case of improper fraction, this will be a two-step method. Step 1, you have to do long division, and convert convert the improper fraction to quotient plus remainder by divisor, or q plus r by d, this form. And when you do this one, this r by d, every time this r by d, this will be a proper fraction. This will be proper fraction. So after the long division, whatever result you get, this r by d will be always a proper fraction. Then step number 2. Step 2. Now you apply this partial fraction, the partial fraction form on the proper part only. That means the r by d, whatever you get, that proper part you will apply your partial fraction form. So let's see one example. So the example will be like, express 2x square plus 5x minus 11 divided by x plus 3 into x minus 1 in partial fraction. So as you know, we need to first check the proper and improper, and look at this case. Our maximum power of x in numerator is 2, and the maximum power of x in denominator, if you multiply, that is also 2. So 2 by 2, that means your numerator and denominator power of x is same. So this is improper. This is improper. So this should be either same or higher. Okay, so that will be improper. Now, if it is an improper, your first thing is, the first step to do long division. So what we can do, we have to modify a little bit this one for long division. So we can write 2x square plus 5x minus 11, and we have x plus 3 and x minus 1. So this denominator we need to simplify. We can write x square plus 5x minus 11. Now just multiply the denominator. We can write x square minus x plus 3x minus 3. Or we can write 2x square plus 5x minus 11. And then here we can get x square plus 2x minus 3. Because without this one, we cannot do long division. So next part is just do long division. Step 1, long division. This is your step 1. So for the long division, I already told you how to do that one. If you have forgotten this one, you can check back to my polynomial video. I have given the link in the description box, so you can check that one, and similar way you can do the long division. So here we have x square plus 2x minus 3 is our divisor, and then dividend is 2x square plus 5x minus 11. And to do the long division, we know that we have to do divide inner first term divided by outer first term. So if we do that one, we can get 2 outside. The quotient, first quotient will be 2, and then you have to multiply the quotient with all divisor. So we can write here is 2x squared plus 4x minus 6. Now you can change the sign. This is out. We can get here is x. We can get x, and what do you have? X minus 5. So after that you cannot do anything because your inner terms are lower than the outer terms. So our long division finish, and what we can get here is this 2 is our quotient, this part is our divisor, and this part is our remainder. So finally we got these three things, and now we need to write this one as Q plus R by D form. So what is our Q is 2 plus R is x minus 5, and our D is x square plus 2x minus 3. Alright, and look at this one, this R by D part, this part, this will be always proper fraction. Okay, have a look. The power of x in numerator now 1, and the power of x is denominator is 2. Here it is 2, here it is 1. So this is 1 by 2, that means it is proper. So now we just do the proper fraction condition, whatever we have learned before, we'll do the exactly the same thing. So step 2. What we do now, in case step 2, now we can write the whole fraction is 2x square plus 5x minus 11 divided by x plus 3 into x minus 1. That equals to, we can write 2 plus x minus 5 divided by x square plus 2x minus 3. Or this part we can again write that 2x square plus 5x minus 11 divided by x plus 3 into x minus 1 equals to 2 plus x minus 5. And here again we can write this lower part, x square plus 2x minus 3 is actually x plus 3 and x minus 1, right? Because from that part, these two, look at here, that x plus 3 and x minus 1, we have changed to x square plus 2x minus 3. Okay, so this means x square plus 2x minus 3, we can change back to the fraction, I mean the factor part, x plus 3 into x minus 1. Alright, so now we need to just do this part. We have to do the working for this part only. So now we need to show the working for this part only, and then we'll add it here. So what we have this part? This part is x minus 5 by x plus 3 into x minus 1 identical to a by x plus 3, because this is a proper fraction and this is a linear form, right? This is a linear form. So we are writing the linear formula plus b by x minus 1. So here it will be x minus 5, x plus 3, x minus 1 is identical to x plus 3, x minus 1. We can write a into x minus 1 now, and b into x plus 3. From both sides we can remove these denominators, because denominators are same on both sides, and we can write x minus 5 is identical to a into x minus 1 plus b into x plus 3, and this is our main equation number 1. Now we need to take 1 by 1 factor 0. You already know this, how to do that, and we can find our a and b value. So let's take first x plus 3 is 0. So what we can write here is x plus 3 equals to 0 or x equals to minus 3. Put this value here, minus 3 minus 5 equals to a into minus 3 minus 1 plus b into 0. Or we can write minus 8 equals to minus 4a, or we can write a equals to 2. Okay. Similarly, now we can take similar way. The second one, we can get now x plus 1, this factor is 0. So we can write x plus 1 equals to 0 or x equals to minus 1. Put it in this equation, the whole equation. So we can write minus 1 minus 5 is equals to a into x minus 1, sorry, this is x minus 1, not plus 1. So this is x minus 1. This is x minus 1. So our this value will be plus 1, x equals to 1. Can just correct this one. So here it will be 1 minus 5 equals to a into 0 plus b into 1 plus 3. So here it will be minus 4 equals to 4b, or our b value is minus 1. So we can write our final result of this partial fraction is 2x square plus 5x minus 11 divided by x plus 3 into x minus 1 is identical to 2 plus a value is 2. So 2 divided by x plus 3 minus 1 by x minus 1. So that is the final answer of this improper polynomial. All right, so with this we actually have discussed all this about the partial fraction. Your partial fraction chapter is finished, but you need to remember the method. Okay, I am writing it again. You have to remember the method. So remember the method. First of all, number 1, whenever you start solving, check proper or improper. This is your first check. Without this you cannot solve any problem. Number 2, check denominator denom for linear, repeated or quadratic. Okay, without this identification you cannot apply the formula. Whatever formula you are going to apply based on this identification. So this is very important, first two things. Number 3, if it is linear, for linear, no new value of x is needed. No new value of x is needed. That means you just take 1 by 1 factor at 0 and you can get the result of a, b and c. Okay, so you do not need to take any x value from outside. For repeated, you need one new x value. One new x value is needed, and that should be x equals to 0. Always remember that must be x equals to 0. Then only you can get your second coefficient. For quadratic, for quadratic, two new x value two new x values are needed. First one is x equals to 0 and another one is x equals to any value. You can take any value of your choice, but without the values you have used already. Okay? That you cannot take. Then you can get your answer. And for improper fraction, for improper this is always a two-step case. Step 1, long division, and step 2, you have to apply partial fraction on proper part. Alright, if you remember this process, this partial fraction problem is very easy because it is just a step-by-step process and you have to follow all the steps to get your full marks in the exam. In next video, we will solve some past year papers related to partial fraction. And remember, the partial fraction always will give you 5 marks problem. So it is quite a big problem, okay, because of the marks. So in next video, we will solve some past paper problems so that you can be more familiar of solving this type of partial fraction problems. Thank you very much.